Ali. What's my man, Lord Shu is with me. And tonight we diving deep into a topic that a lot of people don't want to touch. But right now, because you're being programmed, not by cable
Facts.
TV, but an algorithm. And that's not the scary part. AI is the remote.
Yep. Yeah, this episode is all about how AI algorithms and automation aren't just changing what you buy, they're changing how you think. And unless you understand how it works, you'll get played, which is it's obvious.
Crazy. I mean,
Facts.
the subtle power of this AI algorithm. I can never say that word correctly.
Word.
Let's keep it a buck. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Netflix, your newsfeed, all of them is run by AI algorithm.
Yep.
A 2025 MIT study shows that the average person sees over 3,000 AI curated decisions daily, from ads to video suggestions and how your notifications are delivered. That means your taste, your schedule, and even your triggers are being fine tuned by code. Let's break that down. You watch.
Yep.
One 15-second video about red pill content, your feed gets flooded. Click one conspiracy video, you'll get 10 more by tomorrow. Linger 3 extra seconds on a sad video, expect more drama in your.
Right.
This is algorithmic hypnotism. And they used to do well, still do the same thing with music. You ever heard a song, we'd be like, I don't like that song. And then after 1,000 times on the radio,
Yeah.
you're like, you know what? I kind of like this song. You hear it in
Yeah.
the
I'm kind
car,
of
in the
riding
radio,
this.
you're bumming. I like this song. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let me give you some historical perspective. Netflix algorithm alone controls 80% of what users end up watching. That means you think you're choosing, but the machine has already decided what keeps you engaged.
Pretty much.
Why? Because your attention is money and manipulation is profit. Profitable.
Yep. It's pretty much like after so long, buying like cars and stuff like that will probably end up becoming a subscription process itself. I mean, it kind of is in some on the internet with like Carvana and stuff like that, where you can order it and get it sent to your house. Pretty soon, you'll be ordering cars that you just only subscribe to for, you pay this fee every month for it, and
We talked
it,
about that in the last episode
hmm
about being in a digital cage, about how you're going to be subscribing and paying for everything. And you're not going to own anything. Check out our ownership newsletter and podcast where we talked about this. Where basically you don't be a
yeah,
subscriber, they cut you off. You paying just for air, pretty much. Just
yeah.
you're a digital prisoner. And if you don't like it, they cut everything off.
I was gonna say pretty soon it's gonna be everything gonna be subscription based, or they'll just find a way to take like the most mundane stuff and add a subscription behind it, just so they'll be able to read information. Like user data is the king to all of this. So yeah, y'all be careful where y'all put y'all's data at. That's an important thing about
Especially the
sovereignty.
music you listen to. You ever
hmm
notice the songs program? No one likes Ciroc. If Ciroc was
Yeah,
never mentioned in a song by that the guy that we
that
all
one
know,
guy.
that one guy, that one guy had never advertised it and made it popular, you would never be drinking Ciroc. Hell, they can make Boom Form popular if they choose to. People drink it for it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many alcohols they do that with. It's just
Everything,
straight terrible.
including clothes.
Yeah, clothes too. Yeah, for sure. There's clothes that even though somebody's saying it in the song, I would never wear. Just
Yeah,
don't
people
get
trying to
sucked into
buy
that.
cars and bags and stuff based off
Yeah, they
music.
using these rappers as straight up promoters for their brand. So just it's funny, man. They really do that with like everything now. So yeah, sovereignty is important. But we're gonna get into the second segment with the real world effects of this. So let's get into the side effects. A 2024 Stanford University study found that AI curated content can shift your mood, behavior, and opinions in just 5 to 7 days. So 5 to 7 days of that song on the radio, you over with.
But
You're gonna be
let's be
listening
a
to it
positive thing.
yourself.
If you use 5 to 7 days of positive stuff and not
Yeah. Oh
negative
yeah.
stuff, it can change your life. 5 to 7 days of watching this podcast can change your life and the way you see things.
Facts. Seriously. If you've been watching since we started the newsletter, the look, your whole way of thinking, you're like, okay, I need to figure out how to like leverage all of this and keep myself like independent from it. You shouldn't be like,
Definitely.
oh, I need to learn how to prompt so I can get a job in prompting. Like that's cool, I ain't hating on that, but it should go a step further. And how can I be independent using this?
Well, this is why they talk about there's a divide and the whole country is divided, and people are radicalizing fast online. Well, people
Hmm.
fall into content holes and toxic diets and
Yeah,
crypto scams and doom scrolling.
gotta love the doom scrolling.
I mean, disasters. Let me give
But
you a real life case. So in 2020, a group of teenage boys was found to have shared 90% of their fed content, all generated and recommended by uh, algorithmic pattern. I got it right. Tied
mhm,
to Andrew Tate and alt right content cluster. Their
over with.
parents had no clue because the AI created a bubble tailored to their behavior. This is how echo chambers work. AI feeds you more than what keeps you stuck,
Yeah.
whether it's anger, confusion, fear, or fake empowerment. Independent woman, you're
Yeah.
right. I don't need no man.
Yo,
Independent, high value
facts.
man,
Oh my god.
right wing, left wing,
BBL, don't get a
video,
BBL, get a
yeah.
BBL. Yo, I'm telling you, you
I mean,
noticing these creators, they curating your experience like overly. And because some of y'all might have, and not saying like any of our viewers, probably not, but some people do have low self esteem. And this type of stuff just creeps in and it just takes over. That's why, like, it's funny, people like Andrew Tate who they don't really they seem like they teach about like freedom and stuff like that, but really it's just another one of those things that just controls your perception. And then we like ask yourself who's controlling the vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's not just media anymore. We got shopping sites, data apps, Google Maps now tailor suggestion based on emotional behavior. Spotify play music to match your mood. Intentionally avoid lifting it if you're more likely to keep listening in a depressed state. Like this is important stuff we telling y'all.
it's
Don't get
no,
sucked into it, man.
no secret why people got anxiety. Everybody got anxiety.
You bruh, I swear. It's
Even
like people
animals,
they looking to have it.
even animals got anxiety
Yeah.
now.
It's think about that shit, man. The animals getting anxiety from us for sure. They around us, so they like if these people got anxiety, we gonna have that shit
It's
because
crazy.
they our behavior. Oh, if you got anxiety, your behavior is like you don't know what the fuck that person's gonna do. So the animals get nervous. They like we don't know what they fuck they gonna do.
They don't know what they gonna do.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
They don't know
walking,
how to react to your fucking all over the place behavior.
we're walking zombies. But here's the
Hmm.
part they won't teach you in school. You can
Facts.
reverse this. You can take control of the algorithm before it takes control of you.
You
Audit
dig?
your feed weekly. Go through your likes, blocks, subscriptions, and what they're telling you AI is about. And I've done this. I pretty
Hmm.
much you're negative and you gotta go. I don't watch a lot of news per se. I do shout out to the Young Turks,
Yeah.
but I don't watch the Fox
Facts.
and CNN, and I don't get on this left and right bubble. I'm only looking for what I decipher as fact and what I look at and it's uplifting and positive. And then if it's negative, how can I make it work for me? I'm looking to uplift my life, not be depressed, arguing about something that I can't control. If you look at the way we argue, especially in the United States, if you're in the United States,
Oh
we
no.
spend our whole lives
Yeah.
punching a clock, arguing politically.
Yeah. No
Listen,
time wasted.
you've
It,
never elevated on one party to the next. All you do, you continue to punch. It's like as a slave, you've never gotten off the plantation, but
yeah.
you arguing over different slave masters, which one is the
Yeah.
best.
Y'all
But
made
anyway, you're
slavery.
still picking cotton.
They made slavery their identity, and now they're like arguing
Who's gonna give me more food? Yeah, yeah.
just
It's no
crazy
good. Like I said,
at all.
If you're punching the clock, neither is good for you.
Yeah, facts. Straight up. I'm glad you said that. Like, let this conversation about, okay, AI is keeping you in a position where you can see what's gonna happen next, right? But also too, like he said, punching the clock is the same thing as AI taking your job. It's all the same thing because you're still getting policed around. You're still getting control. Oh, you're supposed to go to college to become this, and now blah blah blah. Now you do this thing. Programming is in all of this. But y'all, that's the point of this show, is to learn how to leverage this to not only wake up. If you're not awake, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you're already awakened. So now you're just like, okay, what else can we do? But
Well, speaking of programming, if it's not
mhm,
a few years ago when a certain person was running, they were demonizing kids for going to college. They were saying, well, when they were talking about student loans and everything, it's like
yeah,
nobody wants to work anymore. Everybody wants to go to college. There are no more workers. Everybody's lazy because they're going to school and getting an
yeah.
education. That was the programming, and
You
it
see
worked.
what you my yo, this is why me and Ali
But,
be
I actually
yeah,
stopped the dude because that's just me. He was talking about that, and he was, oh yeah, nobody wants to work, and everybody wants to go to college. So I'm like, well, what is your son doing? Well, he's in college. Okay, well, see, he's still going for this, and he's going, he's going in
mhm,
there, and he's not just using money. He's learning and he's getting the education, and he's doing he's supposed. So you got the only kid that's doing
yeah,
it. Everybody else
that's
is sitting
doing
just
yeah.
going still being lazy.
There's always that one.
And he just sit there like the program, well, the script ran out. It's like when you break people's script.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
what do I do now? I wasn't programmed for that. You hit me with a new point. It's the same thing with a religious script, but I'm not gonna go
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, yeah. You know how it goes. See, that's why we'll skim over government and religion, but like at this point, like I said, if you watching this, you are trying to see the bigger point here. This all these things, they're just getting fed to you. And the bottom line is AI isn't evil. It's indifferent. It is indifferent to your piece. You just have to program it or it will program you. Same thing with social media and the world around you. It don't even got to stop at AI, just the world around you, because we all living in someone else's ideas.
So you need to reset your feed intentionally. Follow
Mm-hmm.
creators who will teach, such as Lifestyle After Fire,
Thanks.
uplift and challenge your perspective in healthy ways. Search for content outside your usual bubble. Audible is a
Yep.
good way. Read a book. Actively retrain the algorithm.
Yep.
That's what I do. I get a lot of positive stuff and motivating stuff, and listen to more motivating music. Create
Yeah.
more than you consume. Every post, every video, every comment helps shift the algorithm in your favor. If you're silent, the machine will fill the silence with chaos.
Facts.
Also, track your mood and use tools like Rewind AI or Notion AI to reflect on how you reacting to what you seeing online. And you can even feel like AI tools use paper and pen. You can still use
Yeah.
that. Just sit down and reflect on your day. Like I said.
Facts. Always keep in mind too. I know we talking about algorithms in the sense of like technology, but there's an algorithm over your life too, like beyond. You know what I'm saying? That
Mhm.
same algorithm starts with what we talk about consuming and what you bringing into your temple. If you can't get that algorithm right, it's gonna be harder to get the other ones right. So, like he said, it to me it'd be best, even though we recommend you these tools, use the AI, the original AI, which is you. Use you and write it down on paper and really start changing the algorithm of the world around you too. How you think about yourself, how you speak about yourself, just simple stuff. Get started there and the rest will follow.
If you followed us last year, we talked about a vision board right before this year
Hmm.
started.
Yeah,
We're
we
in the
wasn't
second
playing.
quarter. We're in the second quarter of this year. I challenge you. Don't let the second half catch you without a vision. And for the religious people, the Bible says, "My people perish for lack of vision and lack of knowledge."
Hmm.
You got to have a vision. How can you see without a vision? Put your vision down. AI has made it easier for
Yeah,
you.
it made it super easy
Following
to
up.
make. Look, it's another tool. Straight up. But y'all know what's up. Y'all can catch us every Monday and Wednesday. And our newsletter comes out every Tuesday and Thursday. So subscribe to that. You can get this information in the newsletter as well, written down. So if you need it like a little rye berry. You can just lifestyle after 5.
Lord
You
Shoot, the
feel me?
Master had even put our podcast links in the newsletter.
You can directly watch this podcast in it. You
Others.
don't gotta leave. You don't gotta go nowhere.
That
So
newsletter is a good power flex, and it's great for researching and recapping a lot of the information that
what?
we give you, and it's great for sharing. I
Yes,
know a lot of
just
people
like
been
this
hitting up on
episode.
the news. A lot of people have been hitting up on that. But yeah, go ahead, like, subscribe if you find
Hmm.
value in this, and if you're not, tell us you're not finding any value in this.
Yeah, let us know how we can help your algorithm.
You have the power. Now you need the discipline. He
Next
told you how
episode.
to catch us. We look forward to seeing y'all next week.
So
Y'all be
y'all.
safe out there. See you again in the future.